What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another live installment. I am your gracious host. I am Maxwell V. Wonder the Third, no relation to Stevie. But anyway, we are now in rivalry week. We're getting ready to face Nebraska, and Nebraska now is getting ready to face a ranked team. Colorado, the AP college poll has came out, and they are ranking Colorado at number 21. 21 is a very significant number. Coach Prime wore 21. Shiloh wears 21. Shador wears number 2. Travis got 12 in his number. I'm always a big fan of numbers. And it's very significant that the polls came out and they're ranked number 21. And even Coach Prime was surprised by that. 21? When Bucky had talked to him, he said, yeah, we rank now and we're number 21. That's very significant. I was like, wow, it's like the stars are aligned with this team. And I'm going to read what Matt Rule had to say about Coach Prime because he's not lying. He almost repeated what I said in my last live chat. I said Matt Rule has watched Coach Prime as a kid. He had his poster on his wall. I remember saying that in another live chat. Well, the last live chat that I had, I said that. I said he grew up watching Prime, and he said it. He damn sure mentioned it today, and it's true. A lot of these reporters, I'm gonna play a little bit of the press conference that Coach Prime had today after practice, and a lot of these people that's interviewing him, I don't know if they've done their homework. You know, with the invention of Google and technology, all you have to do is go back and do your homework. All you got to do is go and scan through some well-off media video clips and reach the media in the pregame show and go back in time to see what this team is about. To see what a few players on this team is about, to see what type of quarterback you're dealing with here. And I don't think they've really done that. I think they really thought that this team was going to come in, what Coach Prime was going to come in. You know, they won one game last year, not Coach Prime, but Colorado as a whole. The school won one game last year. And he brought in so many players. I think they thought, he's lucky he won 1 or 2 games. We're not going to take him seriously. This is a rebuilding year. But he did something. He brought in a lot of personnel. Because remember, you could be a great coach all day long, right? If you don't have the right personnel on the field, it doesn't matter. Okay? You can teach the X's and O's, but the personnel has to go out and execute. And he thought that the players that were in front of him in that first meeting that he had with the team, when the athletic director, Rick George, introduced him to the team for the first time, I don't think he felt comfortable with what he was looking at. Hats in the meeting, people slumped down, different things like that. Now, there was a couple people in that meeting that's still there. It was quite a few. He didn't like what he saw. When he went to the positional meetings, he said he went in one room, they had music playing, and the players were on their phones. You know, first impressions are everything. I knew they weren't going to be there. I knew at some point they were going to, the people that weren't winners, they were going to get siphoned out, whether they were going to leave on their own or they were going to be told that they're not cutting the mustard. Coach Prime is an old school type of person. Many of you my age, if you played the sport, more than likely your coach was old school. You know, and it's certain things that is either yes, sir, or no, sir, yes, coach, or no, coach. You don't call a coach by his first name. This is old school mentality. And but the players that he have there now, they are more than capable. I remember he said after that big win against TCU. We have what we need right here. They definitely do. They definitely do. They have what they need. They have the quarterback. They have the running backs. They have the wide receivers. And I know there's a lot of talk about the defense. The defense got to get better, and they gave up a lot of points. It was a good. I said it before the game was going to be. It was going to be close. I said that. I said the game is going to be close. I don't have to go back and show you my receipts. I mean, you can go back to my videos leading up to that game. I said it was going to be a close game. It was going to be a barn burner. Why? Because the offenses are similar, and they faced a good offense. I mean, they gave up a lot of points. They faced a good offense, and it happens. It happens to the best of teams. You know, sometimes it's all about any given Sunday. Well, in this case, any given Saturday. Anything can happen. This week, they could dominate to the point where they can blow the team out, or it could be another close game. But my prediction for this game is it's not going to be close. They're given, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, though. I got to go back and look. The point spreads in this game, they're giving Colorado a 3.5 point. They're giving them 3.5 points, if I'm not mistaken. I did a video previously when they were talking about this computer simulation program that they use, and they're still giving Nebraska the edge there. Well, that computer simulated program can't predict humans, okay? So I don't really care about that. I care about what they did previously and what the talent they have on the team right now. From the talent they have on the team right now, it's going to be very hard to beat this team. I'm talking about Colorado. It's going to be very hard to beat them. Extremely hard. It's not impossible, but it's going to be extremely hard. And I saw Nebraska's game. I saw their game, and I was looking at their game. They got some problems there, but they're a rebuilding team as well. I fully expect this game. I fully expect them to win by more than a few touchdowns. Shedeur is just that efficient as a quarterback. A quarterback like Shedeur comes around once every 10 years. That's how good he is. It's just that the writers that's questioning Coach Prime right now, they don't do any research. People are saying, well, he was at Jackson State. Doesn't matter where he was at. Steve McNair was at Alcorn State, but I guarantee you they don't remember that. And he lit it up. The reason why he didn't win the Heisman Trophy is because he was at Alcorn State. That's why. But he should have won the Heisman Trophy that year. He should have, but he didn't. But like I said, they just don't want to give HBCU credit. That's okay. They don't have to give them credit. You know why? Because next season, Coach Prime is going to get a few more of those players on the team that other teams are overlooking. So he's going to go get them. So it's okay. But I think eventually, as the seasons go on, people are going to start to change their mindset about the HBCUs. And I'm glad that Coach Prime stayed long enough at Jackson State to put a magnifying glass on the HBCU. I'm glad Eddie George is coaching because there's a lot of talent in the HBCUs. And the only reason why Shedeur and a few other players chose to go to Jackson State is because Coach Prime is there. That's the only reason. He had a lot of options out of high school. He could have went to Alabama, but I forget where he had settled on. It was somewhere in Florida that he was going to go to school, I believe. I can't remember the school because he wanted to play right away. He didn't want to wait. Alabama, he may have to wait, but then he just went on to Jackson State. His dad took on the job at Jackson State, and that's where he was going because he was ready to play right away. He didn't want to wait. And then Shiloh did the same thing. He transferred from South Carolina on to Jackson State, and a few other players on Jackson State, as you see now, are doing very well in the Power Five. the wide receiver at Louisville. I think he caught a touchdown. He was at Jackson State. They chose to go there. It's not that they weren't good enough to play in the Power Five. That wasn't it. They wanted to play for Prime. And also, he has a relationship with a lot of these players from coaching Little League. So he knows a lot of these players. He know a few of the players on TCU. Isn't that funny? That he coached that are currently on TCU's roster. Willis Patrick is one of them. And there's a few others that he coached in Little League, actually. So we're in rivalry week, and Matt Rule, right? The last live chat, if you were listening, I said, come on, man. Like, Matt Rule grew up watching Prime, and he said he's won everything he's done in football. We all know that. Matt Rule said via Kevin, whatever his name is, at 101 News. He's won as a player. He's won as a coach. So I think everyone maybe think it's outside, not me. Everyone thinks like, well, this is all a show. He's the most serious person about football. His poster was on people's walls for a reason as a player. You heard what he said right there. He's going back to his childhood watching Prime. In fact, I remember his sneakers everybody wanted to get when I was a kid. Everybody wanted those Prime sneakers, especially if you were playing. What else he said here? So why would we think that this team wouldn't be the same? That is correct. I know somebody said he kind of dissed Dion. I'm trying to figure out where he dissed him at. Hold on a second. Let me see. Everyone else think it's like this is all a show. He's the most serious person about football. His poster was on people's walls for a reason. He didn't diss Dion. Somebody else had said that he dissed him. He didn't diss him. That's why I'm looking for where the diss is at. He didn't diss him. Matt Rule is, how old is Matt Rule? Give me a second. He's 48. I know he's 48. He's young. He's 48, which means that when Coach Prime, I think he's around 48, because when Coach Prime got drafted in 89, he had to be 12 or 13 years old. So he grew up watching Prime. So he got no reason to diss him. He knows what he's in for. He know that this wasn't no fluke. He knows that. It's just that these writers, they don't want to give him credit. That's why I don't take these writers seriously. I don't. They don't know. Half these writers don't know anything about football. Some of these people just got the hookup and got the job, and they don't know anything about it. Because if you know anything about it, you would know that he knows how to win because he's won in the sport. He got a gold jacket. Why wouldn't he know what type of player to go out and get? Here's my example. Here's my point. Everything in football has already been done already. We've already had the Michael Vicks. So when I see somebody that resembles Michael Vick, I was like, okay, this guy reminds me of Michael Vick. The Air McNairs has already been done. Tom Brady's already retired. If I see somebody that remotely reminds me of Tom Brady, I'll say it. Shador happens to be one of them. We've already had a Santana Moss. We've already had a Westbrook out of Philly. We've already had these players. We already had a Randall Cunningham. There's a player in college football right now that I'm not going to say it because I'm rocking with Colorado right now. When I see these players and I see something, I say, yeah, that this is going to be a bona fide player. And I kept seeing Dylan Edwards dominate in practice because, the old school mentality is you practice how you want to play on Sunday, right? Or Saturday or whatever, high school or whatever. That's the old school mentality. You bust your ass in practice to make the game a lot easier. And I see him like constantly blowing people in practice. I said, he's going to do that in the game. I said, imagine throwing to him in the flat. Imagine that. It's hard to stop somebody that fast. He's fast and he's compact because he's short in stature, which reminds me, I said before, he reminds me of Dave Meggett. that used to play for the New York Giants. So I know this. So I'm like, yeah, he's special. Because he got not just Dave Megan, he reminded me of somebody else. I said Rocket Ishmael. The way he explodes out, the way he turned, the reason why I say he reminds me of the Rocket Ishmael is because of the way he explodes off the turn. As soon as he catch that ball and he squares up, he's gone. That's how the Rocket used to be. And also the Rocket, you know, he had a brother too. They called his mother the launch pad. That was her nickname because she had 3 sons that played. Quadri Ishmael and Solamai Ishmael. I think Solamai played in Canada. The Rockets started off in Canada as well. Then he went to the Raiders and stuff. And his brother also played in the NFL. And but they nicknamed his mother the launch pad. That's hilarious. But that's who he reminds me of, the way he turns that corner and squares up. As soon as he squares up and he has space, it's over with. It's going to be hard to catch him down them sidelines. So that's a threat they have. And then I just heard that Ultimate Castle said, I'm taking this yellow caution jersey off. I'm done. I'm not going to have this yellow caution jersey on no more. With that type of mentality, that man is special. That kid is special. He was like, I don't want the caution jersey no more. I'm ready to go. So guess what? Against Nebraska, remember Coach Prime said it's personal. Oh, he's ready to go. They getting ready to unleash another Rolls Royce. Or how did what's his name say it? Lamborghini and Ferraris. They got another one on top of the ones that they already have. And then they got the wide receivers. Man, this is gonna be. How did Jimmy say it? He said, we stepping. They got a bunch of steppers on that team, man. It's beautiful to watch because everybody doubted them. But it's something about that 21 ranking, though. You know what I mean? That hit Coach Prime differently. He said, wait a minute, we ranked 21? Yeah, they had the nerve to rank them 21. And they know damn well that was his number. It ain't crazy. They ranked them 21, man. He said it too. He was like, wait, he couldn't believe it. He said 21. Hold on a second. Let me play it. Because when I read it, I was like, wait a minute, he rating 21? That's pretty significant. It's like the stars are aligned. I'm not really into numerology like that, but listen to this.
How does it feel being ranked number 21 in the nation? Yeah.
We're 21?
Yes, sir.
21? You know what I always say about 21, right? God, I always tell you God shows me that sign and that number. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding?
No, we're ranked number 21.
Oh, Lord. God, I thank you, Lord.
The universe is showing him, man, he's a good dude. That's the universe talking. The universe talks to that's what, and I have beliefs, right? I don't know if they true or not. I just believe that the universe talks in numbers. I've been seeing like I'd be seeing triple digits. I always say there got to be a reason. Some people say, well, Max, that's the angels talk. I don't know. I'm not really into numbers like that, but it's something about this 21, man. And his son is in the backfield and he's 21. I mean, in the secondary. And Shador wears the number 2. Travis wears the number 12. Yeah, it's something to that. It's something to that. They getting ready to have a magical season. This is going to be something that they're like writing a movie script right now. They're writing a movie script. Yeah, 21 Prime.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, are you kidding me, man? Oh, I'm so proud of the kids.
Yes, sir.
And the coaches and the staff and everybody. You got to be kidding. Oh my God.
So the ESPN out. I just had to ask you.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
I'm so proud of the kids.
That was my reaction. 21? Why couldn't it have been 20? But 21? And he wore 21? In college, he wore number 2. He wore number 2 in college, right? Yes, he wore number 2. He wore number 2 at Florida State. And we know Shador took on that number. And then when he went to the Falcons, he was 21. Now, young Prime or Headache, Mr. Headache got number 21. Travis got 12. You turn it around, that's 21. Yeah, man, it's something to this season. Definitely is. It's definitely something to this season. So definitely, I don't know. There's something there. But yeah, man, number 21, man, that was big for them to be. I know people said, Prime don't care about. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. You just saw it. He do care about it. Yeah, he do, because it's significant. Now, as far as the rankings, though, what he was trying to say was, though, okay, yeah, we ranked, but that doesn't reflect the record, though. You know what I mean? We're still chasing something else. We're not just going to be satisfied because we're ranked now. We were supposed to be ranked. We beat, I think TCU was number 17 or something like that, or 16 or 17 in the nation. They beat them. They're supposed to be ranked. After this weekend, the ranking probably will change just a little bit. But once they beat USC, remember I said it. What's today's date? Today is September 5th. Damn, I'm just seeing numbers, and we got J5 right there. Listen, it's September 5th. Remember I said it. They're going to beat USC. When they beat USC, they're going all the way up the ranks. Remember I said it. And then it's going to be crazy in Boulder. I wish I could get to that game because people just going to storm the field. It's just going to be, that's going to be the biggest write-up in sports history, almost. It's going to be, now that's going to be an upset. The TCU game wasn't an upset to me. That wasn't an upset. They were supposed to win that. That wasn't an upset. The USC game, that's going to be a upset. That's going to be an upset. And then by I would say about week 6, week 7, we're going to really seriously be talking about the Heisman Trophy at that point. Because Shador, he threw for 510 yards with no interceptions. He was perfect. The man was perfect. Perfect. That's not by accident. He's building up. I was saying he's starting to peak. He's not there yet. He's almost getting ready to peak. But he was working on it when he was at Jackson State. Each year he got better there. And now we're in his 3rd year, and he's supposed to be where he's at. In fact, he threw for more yards during the scrimmage. I think he said he threw for 6 something. Over 600 yards in scrimmage. So it's not like he has not done it before. He's done it in practice because, they run their scrimmages like a game, right? I heard him just recently mention he threw for more than that in scrimmage against Travis Hunter and the other DBs. Because imagine he's steel sharpens steel here, iron sharpens iron. He's throwing against Travis Hunter, so he can't misplace that ball or it's going to get intercepted. Yeah, man, they beat USC. That is going to be. It's going to be a real situation if they beat USC, because USC is trying to. They have national title hopes. That's going to knock them out of the national title. It's going to be really. Now you're going to have to. Yeah, it's going to be. I can't even put my thoughts together on that one. But they're going to beat them. They're going to beat them, and I'm going to have money on that game too. Absolutely. And I'll confirm it once the game is over. I'll show you how much I won, but they're going to win. Okay. They got too many weapons on that team, man. They have too many. And I started seriously looking at Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver. I call them the twins. I was looking at them, right? Look at their numbers, 5 and 10. You see how the numbers, I don't know why I'm keep seeing numbers, but when I started watching their tapes when they were at South Florida, I said, damn, like, do anybody know how good these two are? And I think they were getting recruited heavily around the nation, but obviously they wanted to go play with Coach Prime. I was like, yo, that was a serious pickup right there. He wasn't lying when he said this Louis luggage was coming. And what's what's good about them is after the catch, the yards after the catch. You know, the YAC, the yards after the catch. They're very good at getting yardage after the catch. You're going to see it this game. You're going to see Jimmy Horn or Weaver. They're going to break one for a lot of yards the next game coming up because they're just getting heated up. And you see it didn't take them that long to get acclimated to Shador. It didn't take that long. And I honestly think we're going to lose Weaver after this season. He's going to the NFL. I'm not sure about J5 yet. Just depending on what he do this season, we might not have him next year. It just depends. I don't know yet. But they definitely going to the NFL, both of them. They got a lot of NFL players on this team already. So, but the yardage after the catch, because as soon as they catch that ball, boom, they're trying to get more yardage. And eventually they're going to break free. And then Javon Antonio didn't even get loose yet. He's getting ready to. And then, you know, you got SRT waiting in the wings. He got 4.3 speed. Oh man, I don't know how they. If I was a defensive coordinator, I'd be biting my nails right now. I would be trying to figure out how to handle this. You know, if I was a defensive coordinator. And then you got Tavares Dawson. He got speed. But SRT, Willie Gaines, he has 4.3 speed. I know that because I watched him at Jackson State. He didn't even get loose yet. He played a very integral part at Jackson State. I'm just telling you. He can catch the long bomb. He can get yardage after the catch. He can cut. He can make routes. I mean, the man is ready. They didn't even have to use him. Yeah, man, it's gonna be dangerous. And then Alton McCaskill said, I just don't want to wear the caution jersey no more. I'm not gonna wear it no more. So that means he's playing this week. And he has a chip on his shoulder. I'm ready to play. And then you got Dylan Edwards throwing to him in the flat, getting all types of yards. And then if you need the ground pounded, then you got Savion. And then you got the other one. They ground pounding. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. They got so many weapons. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But I definitely have that USC game circled in Oregon. They're going to beat Oregon too. Yes, they are. They're going to beat Oregon too. I honestly see them contending for the Pac-12 this year. This year. Yes, the Pac-12 this year. And I just know good teams when I see it. I just been happen to be zeroed in on this team. And I started looking at the film and seeing what type of attributes these players have. And yeah, man, it's ridiculous. I know people are saying the defense got to hold that score. They will. I mean, shit happens. I mean, some games, it's a barn burner. That's what happened. You had a good old-fashioned shootout. That's what happened. Both quarterbacks didn't want to lose. That's what happened, man. And they didn't know that he had a laser for an arm. I think they probably. I actually know. Let me stop. Sonny Dykes did know because he recruited Shador. He knows. He knew he had a laser for an arm. So they knew what was coming. They knew he had a laser. But they just didn't realize that his weapons were going to come through like that. They didn't know that Travis didn't want to come off the field. You know, they weren't ready for that. You know, so look for this team to it's gonna be a magical season. That's all I could tell you. That's all I could tell you right there. And I wish I was at that game, man, because it's gonna be crazy. That first home game, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be insane. They are the biggest draw in football right now. Let me tell you, they are the biggest. You know, yeah, they are the biggest draw in football. Make no mistakes about it. It's because of Prime, man, and everything he brought to the table. Let's see what Young Prime got to say. You know, we call them Young Prime. Some people call them Headache. Some people, you know, let me see what he got to say.
Hey, man, y'all see what we did last weekend, man. All we can do is improve and be elite. We already there. All we got to do is finish, man. That's just one win. We got a whole season left full of wins.
Yes, sir.
So let's practice like it's a game, fix the mistakes that we had to fix, and be elite.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's break it down. Let's do it. Elite on me, elite on three. 1, 2, 3.
He said elite. See, that's what they're thinking. That's their mindset. Now, you know what was crazy? After the game, Coach Prime and his sons had a moment. I couldn't believe what they said. They said there was some people on the team that didn't believe it. They didn't think they were going to win. So not only did Shador, he knew that going into the game, he had to battle that. He had to win his team over. Ain't that crazy? He had to win some people on his team over. And had to go in there and handle business. And he did it. And now everybody's on board. Sometimes that's all it takes, though. And I understand why some people believe that they weren't going to win. You know, I can get it. You know, they just didn't know, but they just didn't realize. I know what it was. They just didn't realize what type of quarterback it was. They had to see it to believe it. I already know because I watched him at Jackson State, and I think they bought into the fact that he played in the HBCU, and HBCU ain't nothing. Do anybody know that Jerry Rice played in the HBCU? Or Air McNair? Or Walter Payton? They have great talent there. Doug Williams. You know, they don't get an HBCU credit because remember when Doug Williams won a Super Bowl for the Redskins? I know people don't call them the Redskins no more, but I'm old. I mean, I know him as the team in Washington, whatever they call him. He won a Super Bowl and they cut him. They cut him. He went on to be the coach at Grambling for a while, right? And that's where I actually wanted to go out to high school. My boy played at Grambling. I wanted to go to Grambling and play. But things fell through. So everybody wanted to go to HBCU back then. Just for the experience, the bands, you know, the whole excitement around the game with the bands, the culture, everything. I love HBCU. But there's a lot of talent there. But they get overlooked, you know what I mean? You got to be exceptionally well to get to the NFL at HBCU, like a Jerry Rice, Walter Payton, Air McNair. You got to be so good that they can't deny you, which that's how it's supposed to be, right? But they look at the SECs and all that stuff first before they you know they come draft you or whatever. So I guess that I don't know if that was a little bit of motivation for Coach Prime to leave because he got to give his kids some looks. He got Travis Hunter there, his both of his kids. He got to give them the best chance possible, man. So I'm glad he's at Colorado, and I'm glad they won in the way they did. But he said everybody didn't believe at first. So, but now they do. I bet you they do now. They got all types of scouts at that game. I know them scouts probably looking at the receivers and different things like that. I know they're looking at Shador heavily. But most teams know they're not going to be able to get Shador anyway. Whenever he decides to come out, he's being taken 1 or 2 in the draft. I honestly believe him and Travis coming out together. He'll come back one more year because Travis is a sophomore. They'll lead together, and they'll be 1 and 2 in the draft. I honestly believe that because they're only going to get better. That's what's scary about it. They haven't peaked yet, especially Travis because he's still building up his frame. He hasn't peaked yet. But he will, though. He will be getting there. Ain't that scary? He's not even reached his full potential yet. He's still maturing. Now, let's see what J5 said, because J5 said, man, we stepping.
Knock that out. And we can't get satisfied with satisfied. We got that dub. Let's move on to the next one. We got coming back again. That shit should motivate y'all boys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's a lot on the line. They still go doubt us. They still go hit on us. We still got to keep stepping the way we stepping.
Right.
Don't let up on them boys' neck. You heard me? Straight up. That's all I got to say to them.
Fleazy. Hey, real shitter on 3.
Hey,
Fleazy.
Hey, steppers on me. Steppers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Steppers.
They stepping. I told you. Them the steppers right there. yo, success is contagious. They even got what's his name stepping. They got everybody on another level right now. The whole offensive line did well. I know a lot of people saying now they gotta. I don't know if they're gonna hold up Shador. Yes, they did, and they open up big ass holes. If you notice, yes, they did. They did do well, man. It's something about that success, man. That's contagious, and that what Coach Prime was saying to him, and the psychology and him talking to him, getting them motivated. That's what did it. They got a gold jacket telling them the possibilities. You don't think they're gonna play? Yes, they're gonna step. And that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see next week, man. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. It's crazy, man. What difference a year make? Last year they went 1-11. It's all about the coaching and the personnel. That's it. That's all it takes. Don't you like it when a plan comes together? Yes, indeed. That old A-team theme. He was like, "Don't you like it when a plan comes together?" It's coming together. He brought the luggage in, man. That's what happened. But let me tell you though, I ain't gonna lie to you though. I like Coach Prime talking his shit right now. Like when he was meeting for the team for the first time, he was like, "You go ahead and hit that portal. You go ahead and hit that portal if you want to." He said, "Because I'm bringing luggage with me, and it's Louis." I never forget that. And the way the team was looking at him, because they ain't like when he said that. He said, "Oh yeah, we already got a quarterback, so don't worry about that. I don't give a damn who your quarterback is now. We got one." Yes, indeed. And I'm bringing some players with me, and my luggage is Louis. Man. Yeah, he said most of the players, though, they just left. You know what I mean? So that was good. He brought some dogs up in there, man. Yes, he did. And they Ray hungry. You hear me? They trying to get to the next level. Every practice, you got NFL scouts there. Every practice. The more they win, telling you, more people getting drafted. Look at all the players they had at Jackson State that's doing well this year in other schools. Go look. Go look at Auburn. Because what's his name did have a pretty good game. Shane Hooks. The other one at Louisville. He had a good game because I'm watching him. Everybody, he got quality players, man. He said at the press conference, he was like, this is just a bigger stage. You guys, Shador has been doing this, but I guess you guys didn't know. But here we are. Now they know. I know some of them are salty. Some of them haters are salty. I know they are. Yeah, I know they salty, man. I know they salty. They didn't expect this shit. Y'all hear me? I love this right here. I love when he said, "I'm unapologetic." I love that. I love when he said that. I love when he said, "I know I'm making y'all uncomfortable." Oh, damn. I said, "Prime, calm down. Let me do the shit talking, not you." I said, "Let me do the shit talking, not you, Prime, not you. Let me do the shit talking." Oh, I love it. I love it. And then after the game, Shador took his helmet off and did his braids like that, and then like he was vindicated. Like, damn. Boy, man, that was exciting. That was exciting, man. That was an exciting. Yo, did you see them people faces? How salty they look? Oh, they look salty. They didn't know he was that damn good. They didn't know. They was like, "What the hell are we watching? Are we watching Tom Brady little brother? Like, who the fuck is this?" They didn't know, y'all. A lot of people didn't know about him because a lot of people don't follow HBCU. And I get it. If you don't know, you didn't know. Like I'm assuming that people would know because of Coach Prime, but people they weren't interested in Coach Prime at Jackson State. Only the people that love HBCU and stuff like that, we were interested. Everybody they didn't know. Everybody didn't know, yo. They didn't know that he had a roster overhaul at Jackson State. They didn't know that. They weren't paying attention. Yeah, he had a whole roster overhaul and started winning from the gate. He lost a few games here and there, but the last season he went undefeated in his play, and then ultimately lost the bowl game. But they didn't realize it. They didn't realize he had a method to his madness. So now teams are now. Don't get me wrong. Teams knew. The teams that he's getting ready to face, they already know what's going on. It's just these damn experts. They didn't know. They didn't do their research because they thought, oh, we ain't need to do no much research. There's no way this kid gonna come in here, and he has such a tough schedule. You know how they say it. He has such a tough schedule. And then the dude that said they had the worst roster in football, he needed to just stop. Start talking about ballet or something. Football ain't you, man. Go talk about the Teletubbies or something. Go do that or retire. You know what I mean? Saying they got the worst roster in football, knowing that the players that transferred in, they got experience elsewhere. What is Florida State ranked? Hold on one second. Let me check because these people are stupid. Hold on. I promise y'all, I'm gonna bump my gums all year and give them hell. I'm sure I am. What is Florida State ranked? Just give me a second. Florida State. Excuse me. I'm a Florida State fan. They are ranked number 2 in the country. Georgia's number 1. And Florida State is number 2. Now, where did Derek McClendon come from? Anybody know? He came from Florida State. Where did Gant come? Oh, my God. He ain't even come back yet. We ain't even got Gant yet. Wait till he come back. Oh, my God. Wait till we get Travis J. Y'all got to be kidding me, yo. This Pac-12 ain't nothing. He pretty much got an SEC team right now. Travis J., he came from Florida State, didn't he? You don't think he ain't learned nothing when he was at Florida State? Derek McClendon came from Florida State. Gant came from Florida State. Omarion came from Florida State. Okay? Bishop Thomas came from Florida State. You don't think they learned something when they were there? Of course they did. You don't think they were well coached? Of course they were. They could have stayed at Florida State. They could have stayed there. They ranked number 2 right now. But this is what, look, they came to help. They came to help this man. That's what happened, yo. The stars are lined up for this dude because he knew that the universe knew they had these people getting ready to attack him, man. They were getting ready to attack Prime. The reinforcements came to help. That's what happened. They didn't have to leave their school. They could have stayed. They could have stayed at Florida State. Florida State ranked number 2. They could have stayed there. But no, they came to help. That's what happened. Jimmy Horn, Xavier Weaver, they came to help. Because they you know what? They saw the writing on the wall. Shedeur, a good-ass quarterback. And one thing, let me just go back for Jimmy Horn for a second. He was supposed to go to Jackson State. Okay? He was being recruited to go to Jackson State. But he decided to go to South Florida. So they already knew him. They already knew what he can do. So when Prime took that spot at Colorado, then, Horn was like, wait a minute, let me think about this again. Then he started talking to Weaver. He said, look, there's something big brewing up there. We got to head on up there. And that's what they did. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they showed up because we need them. Glad they showed up. And then he got Javon and Tony. I was like, how's he getting all these people? It's just crazy to me how he did it. Then he came. And then I found out that the boys from Kent State was coming. I said, I'm not worried about this offensive line. Jack Bailey is coming. Savion is coming. And we got a big offensive lineman named Tank. I'm not worried about him. You know what I'm saying? We got Tank. Van Wells, he's a pretty big dude. Not worried about this line, yo. And then they got the transfer from Florida came in, even though he's hurt right now. You think he learned something at the University of Florida? Of course he did. Yeah, this team is not what I don't know what these experts was thinking. I don't know what y'all were thinking, man. And no, Matt Rule didn't diss Dion. No, he didn't. He ain't diss him. He can't diss him. He can't. He can't. There's nothing he can say. He know that man is a winner. He knows that. He's been watching them since he was a kid. He's 48 years old. That means he was watching them since he was 12, 13 years old. That's why. He knows this man is a winner. He's the only gold jacket that's coaching in college football other than Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor's the other one. He's the other gold jacket. He's coaching at the University of Miami. He's a defensive ends coach. And eventually he's going to be a head coach eventually. There's the only two. Unless there's another one, let me know. But yeah, those are the only two, I believe. They know how to play football, man. You know what I mean? Jason Taylor was a hybrid lineman because of his size, but he was 6'6". So he was like a hybrid back then. He was considered small for the position, but he revolutionized it in a way. He got all types of interceptions on that line. And he ultimately got a gold jacket. But I'm happy to see him coaching. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I can see him having a head coaching spot somewhere. I think one of his sons playing in Pac-12 for what is school he play at? Is it Arizona? I can't remember. His son is a tight end, I believe. But yeah, I wish more would come and coach, but a lot of them don't want to coach. But I'm glad Prime is coaching, But that's what we got there, man. This team is winning, man. I'm telling you. And them experts keep them experts. I don't think nobody's listed them experts anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, it'll be a success. I saw people actually. That's why didn't I tell people wait till the season start. Don't be going through that roster trying to predict shit because you're gonna look crazy. Don't do it. Just hold off. Take it game by game. Don't sit up here and go down the line talking about what they're gonna do and what they don't do. Because I'm gonna start calling names after a while. I don't give a damn. I'm damn near Prime's age. So I don't give a damn what nobody think. I'm old, so I don't give a fuck. I'm going to start naming you. I'm like, yo, you said they were going to lose. Don't sit up here and say, oh, I knew they were going to do it. I keep receipts too. I sure do. I watch everything. I sure do, man. I be like in the sidelines, like, okay, all right. You said they're going to win 4 games, 5. Okay. All right. I remember you said that. Take it game by game. Trust me. Any given Saturday. Remember the movie Any Given Sunday? It's any given Saturday, yo. Any given Saturday. Anything can happen. So that's it. How's everybody doing? How are you beautiful people doing? You know what I'm saying? How's everybody? Everybody doing all right? All right. And here's another thing. Somebody look, because they can't get me any other kind of way, right? Right? They can't get me in any other kind of way. They're going to sit up here and email the kid. Talking about I'm a bandwagon fan. All right, I'm a bandwagon fan. It's not a problem. I might make some t-shirts that say bandwagon fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I must admit, I wasn't a Colorado fan last year. I was not. No, I was Florida State. I've been Florida State since I was a kid. Florida State, man. You know what I mean? Florida State. Jackson State. And now here. Wherever Prime go, I go. That's just what it is. Remember he said, we coming? Damn it, I was coming too. That's what I said to myself. We coming. I'm coming. So, yeah, man. That's just what it is, man. He brought the flavor. And the flavor is here. It's here now. We arrive, and we ain't going nowhere. That's just what it is. And I hope for this long season, the players stay healthy because we got some injuries. Miles Slusher, from my understanding, he gets banged up. I think coach said he hopefully get the surgery out of the way real quick and come back. So I don't know how banged up he is, but we need him. We need him. He came from the SEC. You know what I'm saying? He got experience in the SEC. So, they say the SEC is supposed to be the best conference, right? So, yeah, he came from the SEC. So hopefully he come back. Travis J. Who else? Kermani, he said he's coming along when he's ready. He'll be out there. So eventually he's going to be out there. Mark my word, he's going to be out there. I can't wait, man. I can't wait for this weekend. I'm going to go live after the game and yeah. And then talk like that. Have like a barbershop conversation. That's just what it is with me. I'm all the way in, man. I was listening to Life in Football earlier. He was saying that the crowd was talking trash to Shador because people were saying to him, what were they saying to Shador? He said they were saying all types of stuff. They did the same thing with Allen Iverson because I used to go to the games. I'm not too far from there. I used to go to the Georgetown games because my basketball team is Georgetown. I'm all over the place, right? Basketball, Georgetown, football, Florida State, and now Colorado. But when I used to go to the games, they used to talk down to him so nasty that late John Thompson was going to stop the game one time. He told the ref, if they don't stop, I'm taking my kid out of here, and we're going to forfeit the game. This was a home game. They were doing this to him, a home game. Yeah, they abused him, man. Allen Iverson. I'm glad he left after his sophomore year. They ain't deserve him. But thank you to John Thompson to give him a chance. And the rest was history, man. He's a Hall of Famer. We all knew out here he was going to be a Hall of Famer anyway. But we thought he was going to be a Hall of Famer in football. He was a better football player than basketball, believe it or not. Like the stuff you see Shador doing and all that stuff, and Michael Vick, he was that before that. But on a high school level. He was doing it on a high school level. And then the alternative was basketball because he got in that trouble his senior year, and he had to get a pardon from Governor Wilder at the time. Had to pardon him to release him. And then his mother went to Georgetown. The rest was history. But that brought me back to when they used to abuse Allen Iverson, the crowd. And how he said Life in Football, because he was out there. And he said that the crowd was chanting all types of bullshit. Good, because y'all lost. How about that? Y'all lost the game. Okay? Y'all lost the game and go on and be merry. Because that's what happened. When I told you he had a laser for an arm. So y'all lost the game. You see how crazy, you see how serious people take sports? Gonna sit up there and try to disrespect them. You know? I remember one time, what was it? I never forget this. This was, it was a Giants game. Cordell Stewart was playing for the Steelers. He had got hurt that game. And when he got hurt, I never fucking forget this. I felt so damn bad. And I wasn't even a Steelers fan. I was at that game, yo, and I was like literally right there when they were because he got carted off the game, Cordell Stewart. The crowd started, they started clapping because of that. I'll never forget. That was so disrespectful. That was back when Christopher Matu-Ma'afala was the running back. I think Jerome Bettis was there too. I know Christopher Matu-Ma'afala was there. It was that game. Never forget that, man. He got hurt during that game and they started laughing at him. And I think I left. I think that was it. It was right towards the end of the game anyway. He got carted off. I don't like when fans get to the point where they got to be disrespectful. You see how Coach Prime, when Sanders went down, Coach Prime went over there to make sure he was all right. That he's a class act, man. Then he shared some pleasantries with the coach and whatnot. He wanted to make sure. Then you see after the game, he talked to Josh Newton, right? I'm sure he gave him some words of encouragement, like, you that guy. You know what I mean? I know people are making jokes saying that's the last coach you want talking to your player, right? I ain't hard to find. But nah, he going to the NFL. Well, he a junior, right? I think I can see him in the NFL. I see him getting drafted the next upcoming draft. So I think this might be it for him. Josh Newton, from the research I've done. He's really good. So wouldn't that be crazy though? If he decided to come, that would be crazy for his senior year. That'd be crazy. But I doubt it. But we ain't hard to find. I mean, well, coach ain't hard to find. Look at me, act like I'm part of the team. We ain't hard to find. I'm gonna make it to one of them games. I'm not lying to you. You'll know when I'm there because I'm acting a fool. Especially, I want to go to that USC game though, man. I'm telling you. I was telling my girl that, like, yo, we gotta go to that game, yo. She's like, let's go. I'm like, we gotta get tickets. I said, I think it's sold out. She's like, damn, you waited too late. I was like, yeah, I know. Waited too late, man. Waited too late. You are what, man? I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. I went to a Eagles game with a Jets jersey on, yo. Never do it again. Because now that is the only stadium. Let me tell y'all something real quick about football. You better not. You bet if you're gonna do it, you need to have people with you. You need to have people with you. Luckily, I had a few people with me. They had Eagles stuff on. My brother's an Eagles fan. So that saved my life. Because they were getting ready to handle me at the game. I'm telling you, man, be careful if you ever go to an Eagles game. Them Eagle fans, if y'all listening, y'all ain't shit. I'm just letting y'all know that. I almost got rolled out at an Eagles game just for having that jersey on. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I got some war stories, man. Even at Giant Stadium, I got some war stories. I remember when the Raiders came to town. And it seemed like it was nothing but Raiders fans in that stadium. But yeah, that's for another story. But them Eagles fans, disrespectful. They even got a holding cell. If you ever heard the legend of them having a holding cell in the stadium, it's true. They do. They had one. You said Dylan Edwards is absolutely bad boy. Yeah, he is, man. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, man. Oh, so you're a Texas boy. You said Texas great in college. Well, we're not playing Texas. We're not playing Texas right now. We played TCU. You talking the University of Texas? My niece go there. University of Texas. She go there now. She's at the University of Texas. So if she hear this, she probably ain't gonna like what I said. Like, oh, hell with Texas. But yeah, my niece is there now. She is a Longhorn. Yep. The D-line almost got a sack the last game. You remember when that play when I can't remember what play it was. It was towards the end of the game. They almost got a sack. Yeah, I think they're gonna get a sack, of course. Them sacks are coming. Yeah, we still got other talented players that's up that we haven't seen yet. They have a lot. That's adding depth. Somebody was asking me about Juju Johnson. I don't know. When he get out there, he get out there. Like, I'm not privy to the inner workings of the team, but I know that he is a certified dog, though. I know that, and I'm a little biased though because he's from my hometown. From my understanding, he's from Newark. He's off Park Avenue because he even said the area. He said, I'm off Park Avenue. I'm like, oh, he off Park Avenue. Okay, that's his county. That's his county boy. So that means he's from the hood for real. It's rough over there, right over there where he said he's from. Oh, it's all the way fucked up. I'm just letting you know. It's like that. When you talk about hood, that's the hood. So I know he's a tough individual. I know he is. He's over there by where Tretch and them from Naughty by Nature. Yep. He over in that area. Even though where Tretch from, that's still considered the borderline of East Orange and Newark. But he's over in that area. He's from Juju from that area. So it's pretty rough over there, man. So I know he wants to go to the next level. So he's a dog. So I'm not worried about him, but I don't know when he's going to play. I don't know. I expect to see him soon. In fact, was he on special teams? I don't know. I didn't see him. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I know Caleb was on special teams. I thought he was on there. He said it. He made a video too. He got the first play of Colorado. He got that tackle, Caleb Mathis. But you're right, though. They still have players that we waiting to see. Like I said, we didn't see a lot of SRT Willie Gaines, but trust me, trust and believe when I tell you, he ain't no joke. You saw that on his channel, right, Mr. Hodge? Yeah, he got that tackle. But look, go back to that play again. Go back to that play. Do you see that gang tackle? How quickly those people got to that runner? Dude, it was like a train wreck. I was like, yo, man, I'm like, this team ain't no joke, man. How quickly, did you see how quickly they ran to him and gang tackled him? It was violent, man. It was like, I'm like, man, you can tell they got old school coaches. Yeah, and Caleb was right there. He was right there in the mix. He was the one that wrapped him up. But I didn't see Juju out there. He might have been out there. Because usually if you don't see it, a person out there, look on special teams to see if they lined up on special teams. I don't know if he was out there. I know what's his name was out there, the linebacker from Jackson State. I know he was on special teams. He was out there. And look, he's good. Damn, this is a really deep team, man. So pressures on the pass. I think that's going to happen. They got time to work on it. You know, I think each week is going to build upon the last week. Just from what I'm seeing. So yeah, tell me you saw Bishop Thomas with that block. Man. Because I was watching the game, I said, because I didn't see the name on the back of his jersey, but I noticed his number. I said, he lined up is he lined up? And then I saw him go first, and then Savion went behind him, and he knocked the guy down. I was like, oh, man, I love that right there. I love that right there. I'm glad he did that. That was nasty, wasn't it, the way he did it? He just took that guy out, man. And I believe Savion went in there untouched because of it. He didn't fall down. He just ran right up in the end zone. That was awesome. I think Shiloh got 10 tackles, right? 9 of them was solo. I think that's what the stat said. Damn, man, it was good to see, man. I like they played hard, man. They really did. And I know they must have felt on top of the world after that game. And guess what? It's building on week 2 because they know they can win it now. You know, I can understand some players might have been a little doubtful, just a little bit, because they're human. The pressure a little bit, but they don't feel that no more. They don't feel it anymore. Yeah, the refrigerator. In fact, sometimes they used to use the refrigerator to run it in as a running back. Every now and then they'll use the refrigerator like that. William Perry. Yep. That 85 team. Oh my God. Wasn't that team good? That 85 team was good, man. The Bears, they were rock stars. Walter Payton, Jim McMahon, the refrigerator. They were rock stars that year. Oh, Amarion Cooper. He played good, didn't he? He's number 3, right? Yes, he played really good. I'm happy for him. Florida State he came from. These players are already well coached, and they came in with that knowledge. Yeah, man. I'm really happy with what I saw. Ray Lewis, man. Imagine Ray Lewis come there. You know, I know he's a Miami guy, but so is Warren Sapp. You know, Warren Sapp went up there. Ray Lewis. That year when Ray Lewis played at Miami, you know, they had Rohan Marley, Bob Marley's son. It was Rohan Marley, Ray Lewis, The Rock, the wrestler The Rock, and Warren Sapp. They all was on that team. Now, I'm not a U fan. I was Florida State, but I just had to recognize that Warren Sapp was a beast. I mean, when you say give him 60 minutes of hell, he gave you 60 minutes of hell. Yeah, Xavier, this is last year. Unless he come, yeah, this is last year. He definitely going to NFL. Definitely, he has the skill set. Colorado man defense was impressive. Yeah, I like what Cooper was doing. He showed out, didn't he? He was the one that got into it with that other wide receiver. Remember they got into it a little bit? The reason why they got into it, because I know Cooper helmet got knocked off. They got into it because the receiver was frustrated. He wasn't expecting that. That's why he was frustrated. He couldn't get off. He couldn't get off on him. That's why. It happens. Oh, he was a fan ever since when he went to the Ravens. Yeah, man, Ray Lewis. I got a story on Ray Lewis, man. I ran into him at the Freaknik back in the day. That was hilarious. I ain't gonna bring that up. That was back in the day. Man, oh man. Them Miami boys is wild, yo. Let me tell you. Damn, that seemed like eons ago, man. I was a kid then. Jesus. But yeah, Ray Lewis is a straight up all-time dog. I would love for him to come up to Boulder to talk to our linebackers. I would love it. You're a defensive guy, right? So you appreciate the good defense and the lockdown. Yeah, you worried about USC and Utah. See, Utah had a good showing against Florida. Did Cam Rising didn't play, right? I'm not a hater. They are good teams. I'm not gonna lie to you. Utah, I've been watching them, and I watch USC. Now USC got some certified dogs on that line. You know, Bear Alexander and the kid that transferred in from Texas A&M, the one with the blonde locks. Oh, he's a dog. And he got good technique too. He has very good technique because I was watching him in that first game. He didn't get a sack, but he almost did. He's very active on that line, applying pressure to the quarterback. He on that. Let me see. Let me look at the perspective. He's on the left side. He's that left edge on the left. Bear Alexander is the nose tackle, and then you have a Muhammad on the right side. Yeah, Caleb Williams is ridiculous. Did you see him the last game? He did this one move. He stopped and paused and then just went and changed directions. Yeah, he's ridiculous. But trust and believe, you got to win that game. We got to win that game. That game is circled on my calendar. If they win that game, it's just a wrap, yo. They going all the way up the rankings. What do y'all think about the oh, maybe I guess we just entertain it when we get there, right? I don't want to jump the gun because he got Nebraska. But I have been watching the USC players. They got some dogs on that team now. They do. I'm not gonna lie to you. Especially that freshman that ran back that damn punt. I thought that was Prime running that punt. He acting like he was Coach Prime running that punt back. He's a freshman too, on top of it. And he got 4.3 speed. They got a so yeah, they got problems on that team now. I wanted to say Demoy was on special teams. I saw him out there, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did you see him on special teams the last game? I believe he was on special teams. And he was rehabbing, correct? He's fast though. At Alabama, they used him on special teams a lot. And one of their fast, I forget the guy that he was lined up with. He was just as fast as that guy going down. So I hope he's healthy because we're gonna need him down the stretch. Definitely gonna need him. I'm not sure the status on Gant. I don't know. But he's very and we got Juju. We got some depth there for that USC game. Because number zero for USC to transfer, number 0, he's good, man. He's good. He's good. So we'll have to wait and see, man. That's gonna be that's gonna be an ultimate test right there. That's a home game too. So USC. Yeah, he's a junior. Demoy Kennedy. You said, dang, Colorado ain't like that. Like, what do you mean? I think they like that. Now, you got your opinion. That's cool. But I think they like that, man. For sure. A lot of people didn't think they were like that against this first game, you know? And now we see the headlines now. Even though that we on to the second game now. Travis is like that. And Shador is like that. Okay? Dylan is like that. Jimmy is like that. Xavier is like that. McClendon is like that. Man, I can just go on all day. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You said somebody on the D line got to separate himself. Yeah. We're gonna see what happens this game. You know, they still. Yeah, Slusher is like that. Woods is like that. Slusher got hurt though. They told me. They didn't tell me. I heard. I mean, look, I'm acting like they telling me, but Coach Prime said he got banged up. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but we could use them out there. But they got depth though in that department. You know, I'm not sure the status on. Oh my God, what's the kid that came from Alabama? The safety. What is it? Jaquez. I don't know the status on him either. You said Tyler's coming back. Is he really? Okay, that's definitely going to add depth on that offensive line if he come back. I was thinking, let me see, Slusher. I was thinking, I don't know, man. What's the status on Jaquez? Anybody know? I'm not sure the status on Gant either. I don't know when they're coming back. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. What am I thinking? Ward. We got Ward. There you go. He suited up the game. Yeah, Ward. I think Ward will take that if Slush is hurt. Sorry, y'all. I forgot Ward. He's like that. Ward. So I think Ward got that assignment. But we have some players that are trying to come back. So and you can't rush it, you know. You just gotta, if they're healthy, they're healthy. So that's one thing about football. That's why I say any given Saturday, this is a very rough sport. You know, football is our modern day gladiators. You know, it's a very violent game. So I just hope that, you know, people stay healthy. Travis is playing both sides of the ball. Just want him to stay healthy. Yeah, Ward was out there. So I guess Ward will get that position. Who? Wait, let me look at the. I honestly think he will. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I was looking at their depth chart, but obviously, that depth chart, I'm not really too worried. I mean, I can't really go by that because that is subject to change. People are coming back off the injury list. So we literally almost got to wait till game day to see who's playing. But let me look at you said number 4, right? You talking about Javon Antonio. He was out there. And I was a little worried on that one play. Remember the one play that Dylan coughed up the ball? He kind of rolled on Antonio's knee, and his knee bent. I'm glad he's all right. I was like, oh. And then he kind of like grabbed his knee. I'm glad he's okay. You said, David, you're in the wrong chat. No, we gonna have some Nebraska fans up in here. Just know that. They in here. I remember the last chat I had some TCU fans up in the mix. Yeah, we're going to have them. It's a rivalry. They're going to be in here talking. Let them talk. It's all good. I just wish I could go to the game and get more intimate with the fans. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, find me a Nebraska fan. How you feel about the game? See if I can get an interview, and then hold that thought to after the game, till after y'all get your butts kicked. I'll come back to you. They'll be mad with me. You said I'm gonna go fall back. But yeah, man, it's that's why I like college football. The rivalries, the fans get all into it. It's not like NFL. NFL is more like sometimes the players be here one minute, they go to another team. It's all business. It's not quite the same as college. Out here, some of the local games I go to is University of Virginia. I go to the University of Richmond games, and some of the HBCUs. I go to Virginia State. Those games out here. That's close to me. And occasionally I'll catch a Redskins game. Well, they don't call them the Redskins no more, but it's nothing like a college game, though. I just like the fact that they came from Jackson State and they putting on here in the Pac-12. I love it, man. You got it. It's more about this than in football. Like, look at if he hadn't just think about Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver, the chance they're getting right now to showcase their skills. Because they're coming through, man. They are coming through. And Xavier Weaver is, he's older. He's more mature. I mean, he's there now. He's ready to go to the league. This is the best position for him. And I'm glad that him and Jimmy Horn came together. You know what I'm saying? They're tight. They like, yo, he said, I was pretty much going wherever Jimmy was going. I like that, man. And the fact that they are on the grand stage doing what they were doing at South Florida. I love it. I love it, man. And he took Savion Wilkerson with him, knowing that he's a dog. I'm glad he got that touchdown. It's just, man, it's exciting, man. Only in college football will you have this. You got your Alabamas out there. I'm tired of watching them. I want to watch, I'm watching, this program. you know, the Alabamas is what it is, you know. Adam Hopkins is a beast too. I know. They got a lot of them on the team. I don't even know who, like, they have, all of them are good, man. All of them are good. It's just that you just can't play everybody. They all good, man. They all going to get a shot. I'm telling you. Look at what he did in the game with the kickers. Mata got a kick. He got a field goal kick. Feely and the other one. You know, he plays everybody, man. Depending on the situation. Yeah, you saw Kevin Coleman, right? What he did at Louisville. Yeah, man, he's solid. Kevin Coleman is solid. I had to go watch the highlights to see what he did. Shane Hooks from Auburn, you know, he played at Jackson State. He caught a few catches too. He did pretty good. He's actually up high up there on the depth chart. I think he's one on his slot on the depth chart. I'm not surprised by that. He's a grad student, so I'm not surprised by it. A lot of people want that experience, you know, that maturity as a grad student on the team. So as you see, like Coach Prime, he got a bunch of grad students on the team. That's for the maturity. Oh, that kick, though. You talking about Jace Feely, that long field goal? He redeemed himself because the other one got blocked. I think it was kind of a mishap there. I don't know if he was quite ready for the kick because there was a delay there, if you notice. He got there. He kicked. I don't know if he kicked it. I don't know. I got to look at it again. Yeah, Clemson. You said there's a shift coming. That's college football. That's what. Remember, I said it. Everybody start off with the same record, and we got to wait to see how the season progress. And Bentley came from Clemson. We got Bentley on the team. He's a grad student. He got a lot of experience. So I'm not worried about Colorado. I know we keep talking about they gave up a lot of points, but I see some bright aspects on the team. I like what I saw in Trevor Woods. Shiloh, he's healthy. I like that he got 10 tackles. Slusher, I like what he did. Omarion, I like what he did. And we still deep in that department because we still, you know, there's a lot of the players we didn't see much of that they're ready to go. So, and we still got some injuries, people coming back. So I'm really happy with the team right now. They have a high-powered offense. So, like Coach Prime said in that press conference, I'm going to play a little bit of it in a second. He said, I just wanted Shedeur back on that field, man. That's what I was thinking. All right, Shedeur, go ahead and be Superman because we need you. Where is Dylan at? Dylan, you good? Oh my God. Tell me when you saw Dylan, like he like gimped off the field. I said, I know he's not hurt. Please don't tell me he's hurt. Please don't. Please don't. Then I think he might have had a cramp. He might have cramped up or something. I'm like, please don't tell me this kid is hurt, man. You know, and then like Coach Prime grabbed him. He said, you ain't hurt. You ain't hurt. God didn't bring you this far. And then he came back. I was like, man, we need him. He's our rocket. We need him. See, Dylan had the advantage of coming to, because remember, he I guess in high school, he kind of did what I did. Like, I went to summer school in high school. So by the time my senior year, I didn't have that many classes left. I only had like 2. And I think he graduated, you know, so he had the benefit of coming to the spring, right? He was at spring session 1 and 2. He played in the spring game. And then also he went and got individual training. And then he came back for summer session 1 and 2 and then training camp. So he was ready to go. Kermani came in a little late. Kermani came in the summer session, so he had to play some makeup, you know. So he's coming along, but Dylan is there, so he had that benefit of working out. And dude, when he gimped off, I said, "Oh no, he not hurt, man." And tell me, you saw when Shedeur got sacked? I said, "Please, man, please, don't hit him too hard, man." Remember the linebacker after he sacked Shedeur? he did the little bow. You saw he did that, right? I said, okay, let him keep celebrating. He's celebrating too early, but he did the little bow. I said, oh man, Shador, you all right? Then he got up, he jumped up. So I said, okay, he jumped up, so he all right. I don't like him getting hit. I don't like how I said, Shador, just let the ball go. Don't get hit. I was like, man, I saw him get sacked. I said, oh God. Don't let him get hurt. But Dylan, I was like, then I saw Dylan come back in the game. I said, okay, it's good. He good. You said Nebraska hits hard, no joke. Well, we're gonna see. I watched I'm gonna go back and watch the Nebraska highlights again. And I know they have a new quarterback. Obviously, everything is new. They got a new coach. Everything is new, but we're gonna see. I want to look at their defense again. That's what I want to look at their linebackers, and I really want to look at their line and their linebackers to see what they got going on. You said Dylan, another Tyreek Hill. Well, you talking about because of the speed? Yeah, man. He got the speed. He definitely got the speed, and he can also turn into a wide receiver as he did. As you saw, they threw to him in the flat. He has that ability, as most all running backs now. That's just how it is with the running backs. But he got, I don't know if he's quite as fast as what's his name that used to play for the Texans. Damn, what is his name? Chris Johnson. I'm not sure. I don't know if he's, because Chris Johnson I think he might have clocked the fastest ever. I think it was like 4.2 something. I think Coach Prime clocked in a 4.2 something. But Chris Johnson beat him out. And he beat Willie Gault out. So I think it was like a 4.2 something in the 40. Imagine, damn, a 4.2 40, 4.2 something. But Edwards is pretty damn fast, and he's mature. You know, he has a lot of growing to do. You know, he's only a freshman. So just imagine by the time he get to be a junior, how crazy he's going to be. Who ran a 4.24? Was it Chris Johnson? Mr. W, was it Chris Johnson that ran a 4.24? And what did Coach Prime run? It was close to a 4.24, right? When he played. Man, Coach Prime showed up at the combines with a damn suit on, yo. He showed up with a suit on, man. Man, that was the 80s, though. He showed up in a suit. Yeah, Chris Johnson, 4.24. So Dylan could actually get faster. It just that once he's getting stronger, he's maturing, so he could get there. Yeah, Edwards is a receiver. He's also a receiver as well. He could turn into one. That's what I was saying. Yes, he's a running back, but you saw that play when he ran it. He caught the ball, didn't he? And then he retook off. That added to Shador's 500 yards. So, yeah, he was a receiver. All running backs can turn into a receiver. It just depends on the play, like they throw in the flat. But, yeah, Chris Johnson was fast, dog. You remember that year when he ran for all those yards? Golly. You said DeAnthony Thomas 2.0. Speed is something that God given him, right? But you can improve on it. So as he gets stronger and older, he's probably going to get even faster. So he's going to shave some time off of his 4.3. So he could possibly run a 4.2 for Dylan Edwards. +2,000 yards, man. I mean, you remember that season. Yeah, Coach Prime ran a 4.26. He didn't even stretch before he ran. That's just God. That's just something he was born with. Man, I remember because my ex-girlfriend she's a hardcore Dallas fan, even to this day, yo. You can't say nothing about Coach Prime to her. You can't say nothing bad about him. You cannot to this day, you cannot say nothing bad about Coach Prime. And I used to have to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about our historical players, and she always bring up Dion. And ain't nothing I could say. She said, well, we had Dion. What did you have? And then I have to tell her I had Revis Island. You know what I mean? I'm a Jets fan. And she's like, so what? You got Revis Island. So what? So what? Can he run back a punt? Like, we used to go back and forth. That was the one girl I dated that she knew a lot about fucking football, yo. That was the one. She knew a lot about. We friends to this day. She's watching the Coach Prime this whole campaign. And you still can't say nothing bad about Coach Prime to her at all. You know what I mean? So she said, you watch and believe. He's coming to Dallas. I said, what? She said, he's coming to Dallas after Shadur is done, after his boys are done. I said, no, he's not. She said, he's coming to Dallas. Now, if he go to Dallas, I'm going to be sick because I'm going to have to hear it now. That's what she's saying. She said, he's going to Dallas. And then his son's going to come there and all the players, and they're going to win a Super Bowl. Dude, I would be sick. I ain't going to lie to you. I would be sick after that because I'm not a Dallas fan. I would literally be sick because I would have to hear people mouths around here. He's the most accurate quarterback you've ever seen. He's very accurate, man, and he's gotten better, actually. Because if you watched him in his first year at Jackson State to his second year, you know he's improved every year. He's actually improved, actually. You said Colorado going to get spanked. Go ahead and put some money on it. You got to put some money on it. We got a Nebraska fan in here, y'all. I know we got a few of them. They coming out the bushes. That's all right. You come out the bushes. I'm not gonna be mad at you. So let me ask you this: since you said that Colorado's going to get spanked, do you honestly believe Nebraska could have beat TCU? Could you honestly say that? The answer is no. And you know what's going to happen? TCU going to win the rest of their games because they gotten better now. They going to win it. They're going to have a winning season. TCU. We actually beat a really good team. That's the crazy part. We beat a really good team. I expect TCU to win the next game. Yeah, I'm putting my money on it. I put money on it that they win the Pac-12, even though it's a long shot. That's what you call a long bet. And I don't bet on college sports. I don't even bet on sports like that. But I had said before the season, I'm betting on Colorado. That's just a long bet. Who cares? But trust and believe they win the Pac-12. You never gonna hear the last of it from me because I'm gonna show you receipts. I got to show you that I won, and you ain't gonna hear the last of it. You said Nebraska got better too. We're gonna see this Saturday. We're gonna see. You mean compared to last year? You mean because they gotten better because they got Matt Rule there? We gonna see. How about that? We gonna see this weekend. I'm not gonna go live during the game because I'll be watching Big Dog. He gonna go live, so I'm gonna be in there watching. If he decide to go live, I'm gonna watch, and then I think Life and Football going to the game again. So I'm gonna be looking for his live chat. So those are the two I'm gonna be looking for. Wasn't that awesome though? When Life and Football Coach Prime said, "Yo, thank you, dog. Keep doing what you're doing." Yo, that was awesome, man. Because he had some good interviews with the players, didn't he? He had some good interviews. He had a really good interview with Chance Main. Chance, why'd you leave? Chance, we could have used you, bro. We could have used you in the game. We could have used you. See, I honestly think he like, okay, I'm such and such on the depth chart. He probably thought he wasn't going to play. No, I know he was going to play. Coach Prime, they utilize their players, man, depending on the situation. Damn. You know, the crazy thing was like, somebody was telling me, I have a friend of mine I went to high school with. He worked in the Miami Dolphins organization. He wasn't a player or anything. He was working in their office. And he was telling me like he knew of a player that really didn't get much burn. I forget the name of the player. He didn't really get much burn, but he did play, you know, but he ate it up in the combine. He had a great combine and he didn't get drafted. He got a contract, you know, to come to training camp, right? And he said when he got to training camp, he was in such good shape and he was killing it that he made the team. I can't remember the name of the player. You said Zico regret his decision. Oh my God, that's another one. Because the man can play. Zico can play. But see, the thing is, they didn't know. They didn't do their homework. They didn't watch Jackson State. They didn't realize that Coach Prime be playing everybody. They don't know that. And they didn't realize that you just got to stay down. You know, yeah, the coaches would yell at you. So don't you like, I didn't mind the coaches. Yeah. When I played football, the coach yelled at us so much that he lost his voice one game. One practice. I never forget it. He yelled at us so much. And he made us run those hundreds, man. We would like running hundreds so we almost threw up. Like some of us were throwing up. And then at the end of the game, he wanted to know how you doing. How you doing in school, son? You doing good? How your family doing? After he don't cussed us out. Yeah, I was like, look at it. We don't got cussed out, but his name was Coach Slowy. I mean, when he cussed, you had to hold back your laugh when he chewing you out. His spit going all over the place. He looked like he about to have a massive. And it's just old school, you know. But I like the passion though. Some players can't deal with it, you know, some can. But Zico's situation, and I guess he felt like he wanted to be the man. He wanted to be the number one target. I don't know. I don't know what his deal was. How can you not play for Coach Brewster, yo? Coach Brewster breathes shits football. Like, how can you not play for somebody like that? When he say stand up, man, he said we're gonna go. I remember his legendary one was at Jackson State. He said they had the nerve to play us on their homecoming. They're using us. He said we're gonna go in there and take it. He says, matter of fact, we're gonna go in there through the front door. We're going through their audience. Then they did just that. They went through the front door. He said, we going through the front door and our big men are going to lead us in the offensive line. Y'all are big men. Y'all going to lead us on. You guys are our bodyguards. You're going to lead us. He said, we're going to take it. We're going to go in there and we're going to ruin their day and we're going to take it. And they did just that. Yeah, it's the ultimate team sport, man. Whether we get a Heisman or whatever or not, it's cool, but they need to stay down. You know what I mean? But this is where I see about it. The players that we have there, those are the players that need to be there. That's all. The ones that the trouble, they left. That's it. That's all I can say. Chance, I was a little bit surprised about. I was surprised with him. Because I guess he wanted to be the man. He wanted to go get the burn, but that's not how. I mean, if you good, it don't matter where you come from. The NFL will find you if you're that good. But we could have used him in that TCU game, man. All he had to do was make a few big plays and everybody calling his name. That's all he had to do. Wait for his number to be called. You said Colorado has 10 draft picks right now. Yeah, I say they have future draft picks. They obviously, we can go down the line. They got Shador, Travis, Dylan when he get of age. He damn sure looking like it. Horn, Weaver, Antonio, Feely, Mata. Yes, Mata. Yes. Remember I said it. But them two kickers, eventually they're gonna land a spot somewhere. Tank, Washington, Savion Washington, a few of the other guards on the line, as long as they ball out. Gant, when he gets healthy. Yeah, we do have a few. We have more than a few. Yep. Yeah, Tank is 6'10". He's actually 6'10". 6'10", dog. Washington is 6'9". We got a 6'9" and a 6'10" on that line. They gonna get in the NFL just because of their size. It's just up to what they gonna do with it when they get there. Because you remember the Eagles, they had a 6'11" offensive lineman. I forget his name now. I can't remember his name. He was 6'11" on that line, on that left tackle spot. You said pride goes before the fall. You ain't lying. But you got to stay down, man. It's a team sport. When your number get called, because it's a long season, you don't know what happens. Somebody might get an injury, God forbid. Your number get called. Just like, remember what Prime was saying, some of the players that were on the scout team. Well, you need a scout team. You need that. Every team needs that. Because you got to get ready and prepare for the team. You got to have somebody acting like, mimicking some of their star players or whatever. You do need a scout team. And a scout team, you could, work, and the next thing you know, you up there in the starting rotation. I remember he was saying it about Wilkerson. And he was right about that. Wilkerson was like very low on the depth chart when he got there. And he worked his way up into being a big member of that Jackson State run. And then look at him now. He followed him to Colorado. Just like what's his name? Bishop Thomas. He made all scout squad at Florida State. He was all scout. He won an award because of that. And now look at him. Because of the experience, he moved on, and he's gonna play a major role here on Colorado's run this year at some point. So look at him. He was all scout squad. So you do need a scout squad. So I don't know, like, shit, me personally, I play on that scout squad. I'm getting a free scholarship. I'll be on that scout squad. And I'm going to work my way up to that starting rotation. And then once my number is called, I know I deserved it. That's how I see it. But I understand people want to play. I get it. You got some ballers on that squad, man. Everybody want to play. But they're going to play, You said TCU fans hating, throwing beers, cussing. Yeah, Life in Football was talking about it, how they were talking down to Shador and stuff. That's the fans. That's how it is. Fans going to be disrespectful. They're going to be disrespectful. That's all right. I don't know. I don't know any updates on Travis J. I know they say he's rehabbing. And Gant, I'm not sure the status on Gant either. But they are some ballers, let me tell you. Can't wait for them to suit up. But I know McCaskill, though, he took that caution jersey off. He said, I'm not wearing this no more. I'm sorry. I'm not wearing it no more. I know Coach Prime said that he didn't want him to take the jersey off, but he said he took it off. So, because he said he was trying to tell him, well, I don't want you to get hit. And he's like, nah, Coach, I'm taking the yellow jersey off. I'm sorry. And he said he didn't want him to suit up during the game. He said he didn't understand why he suited up. I guess he didn't want him to play at all that game. And you notice he was suited up during the TCU game. That's how bad he wants to get in there. So I can't wait till he get in there, because he's gonna show out when he get in there. And I'm expecting him to show out, I guess, this game. You said put the focus on Colorado quarterback in the Nebraska game. Yeah, we're going to have to focus on Shador. It's going to be a lot of focus on him. Y'all going to be, he's going to be giving y'all headaches. That's what's going to happen. If y'all secondary ain't ready, he's going to pick y'all apart. And I fully expect him to pick y'all apart. Yeah, I saw that. They sent the kids on the field. I'm like, what's up with that? I'm like, that's kind of strange, because the players was running out and then the kids and the family. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Because then Coach Prime gave one of them a high five. You know, maybe it was just whoever was in charge of the timing messed up. That's what that was. But you see it then make them lose focus. It didn't work. So they came out there with that victory. That's all that mattered. Yeah, the players had to navigate through the crowd. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. I was like, what is going on? Somebody dropped the ball on that one. But man, when Dylan caught that first touchdown, I was like, okay, all right, it's time now. It's gonna be, this looks easy. It looks easy for them to score. You said, in all that purple smoke, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. They might have did it on purpose, but it didn't matter. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I know some people are going to the game. I want to see their vlogs from the game. I can't wait for that. We got a few people going to the game. They said they're going to be vlogging from it. So I can't wait to see that footage from Folsom Field. So I'm gonna be looking for that. Hey, midwife, I can't wait for that. And yeah, I'm gonna be ready for that game right there. So I'm gonna go through my ritual, do what I gotta do early in the morning, and get ready for kickoff. It's gonna be it, man. The crowd gonna go nuts. That's a rivalry. The crowd gonna go nuts. You said they were calling Woods white chocolate. Yeah, they were. He was out there stepping. You know, called him a whole interception. Look at El Hombre Negro. He over there. He a Nebraska fan saying Nebraska playing team football. Ain't no Heisman. Well, I mean, hold on a second. Now you're hating. You know why you hating? Because didn't Caleb Williams win the Heisman? They played team football. You need the team. You need the whole team to win, don't you? You need the whole team to win. Look, it's not just Travis. We got Shador. We got Travis and Dylan had a Heisman day. All three of them had a Heisman day. All three of them. But I guess they mainly going to focus on Shador and Travis because Travis playing both sides of the ball and he's getting a lot of snaps. So that makes him a favorite. So yeah, he hating. That's all. That's all right. It's hilarious when they come up in here. You said USC is not winning the champ. Well, who gonna win, Elham? Who gonna win the championship this year? Who you think? Who you think gonna win the championship? That's why, if this team go really deep this year, when I say really deep, I'm talking about 10 games and stuff. You really, because he's playing both sides of the ball, he's going to be the favorite. I mean, Shador keep putting up those big numbers. He's going to be up there too. Because think about it. He's number 5 now, right? On the list of passing yards. And he only played 1 game. The players that's ahead of him, they played 2 games already. Caleb Williams already played 2 games. That's why he's ahead of him in passing yards. But Shador only played 1 game, and he's number 5 on the list right now. So by this weekend, you should see him move up probably on that list. He's going to throw for even more yards. See, what makes Shador so special, he has vision. He can see who's open. He can see the play developing. He can hit the open man. That's what makes him special. And also his IQ. You said you watched some Husker video. I watched some of them too on YouTube. I did. They are. You said they're delusional. No, they behind their team. They riding with their team. And it's a rivalry. I didn't know this rivalry was that big. It's big. I don't know if it's big as Ohio State and Michigan, but listen, I had some coworkers, right? That one went to Michigan and one went to Ohio State. They ain't like each other. They couldn't sit next to each other at all. Yeah, he almost had 6 TDs in this game. But that one TD, they said that Travis didn't catch it, which he did. They should have ruled it a touchdown, but they didn't. But Newton got the defensive interference on him, pass interference on him. So they were at the goal line, so it was still even good. Then Wilkerson ran it in. Yeah, the disrespect has always been there. To Coach Prime, he's been going through that his whole career for some reason. Yeah, they saying it's Nebraska and Colorado is a really big rivalry. So I expect it's going to be electric in that stadium this weekend. Just like Shador said, they're going to come to play us. They're not gonna give them the game. They come into play. So, but Colorado they ready. You see how hard they work in practice. You think we beat Oregon? I definitely got that circle on the calendar. That's a big game as well. USC, Oregon, Utah. Utah is the last game of the year, right? Let me see. Yeah, Utah, Oregon, USC. How about UCLA? That might be a big game as well. I believe that is a away game. UCLA is a away game, right? So it's a pretty decent schedule, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. You said by week 10, Colorado gonna be 8-2. You said it's gonna say it's only week 10. Yeah, that Oregon game, that's an away game. So, and we got a couple players on that Oregon squad now that used to play at Colorado last year. The defensive back is one of them. He's at Oregon. I don't know where he's at on the depth chart. Anybody know? So I definitely got that. I would love to see them go there and then, beat the brakes off them too. But yeah, that's college football. Everywhere they go, it's just going to be electric everywhere. All eyes on them. This game is on Fox too, I believe. This game this weekend. I'm not sure about the third game. I'm not sure if that's going to be what I think. I'm not sure if it's ESPN. I'm not sure who's going to have that game. You say USC don't play any defense. They got some pretty good linemen. They got a linebacker that's 6'6". He looks like he's pretty good. They have that one linebacker. He's called he plays the Mike position. He's a linebacker, but he's all over the place. He's like the quarterback for the defense. He seemed like the one with the locks. He seemed like remember that when Shador and Travis went to that Pac-12 conference, when they took that picture, when they were standing near Caleb Williams, that guy with the locks, he plays the Mike position on USC. He's a starting linebacker. He's pretty good. But that shouldn't be a problem for Shador at all. He'll get that ball out. He knows how to protect that ball. Now, we got a few linemen on that team that poses a problem. Bear Alexander is one of them. He was on the national title team this past year at Georgia, but he transferred to USC. He's a sophomore now. He posed a problem. He's really fundamentally sound from what I was looking at. And that Texas A&M transfer with the blonde locks, he's a problem. He's starting. So, but they got a few things that we can work on. I think he plays on the right side. So that means that'll be Savion Washington's assignment. The left side, I believe it's Muhammad. I forget their other end name. I can't remember his name. Tank is 6'10", and that guy said they'll be able to take care of them, no problem. But the guy is fast though, so that poses a little bit of a problem. He kind of reminds me, you know who he reminds me of? That kid that transferred in from Texas A&M that play at USC. He reminds me of that Giants player that remember you playing with the Firecrackers and lost two of his hands. What was his name? Pierre Paul. He kind of reminded me of Pierre Paul a little bit. Jason Pierre Paul. He reminds me of him a little bit. He has good technique. He's fast, and he always putting pressure on the quarterback, even though he didn't get a sack that game. But he was in the quarterback face pretty a lot. And but we'll tackle that when we get there, that game. But I've been watching their games just to take note. Like, okay, this guy. Yeah, that transfer to Texas A&M. Yeah, he ain't no joke, man. He had some problems at the school. I remember he was saying why he transferred. He said it was just it was time for him to leave. It was something happened with him. I can't remember what it was, but he decided to go to USC. But yeah, he is a problem on that left side. So he is coming from Shador will be able to see him coming because he lines up on the right side. He's that right defensive. Well, let me think. No, he's the left side. He lines up. If you're facing Shador, he's on the left side. So that means that'll be Savion Washington's assignment. So, yeah, he poses a really problem. He reminds me of Pierre Paul, the way he lines up and the way he plays. He's a future pro. Definitely he's a future pro. He's a problem. Bear Alexander is a problem. He's a 100% problem. But that first team that they played was able to contain him, was able to be okay with him. He did bat down the ball from the quarterback, but we should be all right in that game. It's a big game, though, for Colorado. That's a huge game. But I think they could pull it off. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly why. What was the fallout at Texas A&M? But yeah, they lost a lot of players. But yeah, he's a really solid player. But guys, let me roll out of here. I appreciated talking to y'all today. I'm gonna try to come back. Definitely, I'm gonna go live again this weekend. I had a little time today. Definitely this weekend. So it's something how I'm closing with this. It's something how Colorado is number 21 in the rankings, right? And that was Coach Prime's number. And that's Shiloh's number. But yeah, he was surprised by that. He was like, we ranked 21. And he was like, it's something about that number, man. And he just, he took a little time to acknowledge that. That's something that they're number 21 in the rankings. That should go up. After let me see, after this weekend, they beat Nebraska, they'll go up a little bit. If they pull off the USC, it'll go up even. Like it'll be crazy what they're going to be ranked. So thank you guys for coming in. I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, y'all, be safe.